So Adam, we spoke prior to Aldershot about the confidence of everyone within the team at the minute. I guess that showed certainly throughout the entire performance last weekend.
It did, especially like I said, the first 20 minutes I thought we was excellent. Started with a real good intensity and everyone being brave, getting on the ball and playing with that freedom. We've set a real high standard in terms of our performance of late, and now it's down to us to try and find that consistency and stay there.
With last week's performance, where does that rank, do you think, in one of your sort of managerial achievements, especially since being at York? 7 goals, obviously the 2 conceded, but one of those emphatic games that certainly will live long in the memory for everyone here.
Yeah, I think, like I said, the first 20 minutes was definitely up there as the best I've experienced. Not just what was being performed on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. I thought there was a real buzz around the place. The fans played a massive part of that as well. It was a real cauldron in there, definitely the first 20 minutes was some of the best. It was free flowing, some really good stuff. But like any game in the National League, could have gone differently. A couple of those penalties go in. I know one was saved and did score from it, but the scoreline could have been different, and that's the National League. It's fine margins. We definitely took advantage of having an extra player, but the fourth goal just for half time was massive. So there's things that happened throughout the game as well that helped in our favour. There's no question about that.
And the subs you made in that game, they came on and made their impact, on the game as well. So with a result like that, how much of a headache does it give you heading into this Easter weekend?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was 55 minutes and we brought 4 players on, and when you've got the quality set behind you, it does, always the team selections really difficult. We've got a real good squad. Believe in every player that we've got at the club, and it doesn't make it easy. But at this sort of stage of the season, that's what you want. As a manager, you want those tough decisions because it means lads are in good form and playing well, and we've got a few players like that at the moment.
In terms of injuries then, from last weekend, how did everyone sort of come through, and could we see anyone return potentially tomorrow?
Bit too early for Dips, although he's progressing really well. But this weekend will come too soon for him. I think he's more looking like Solihull to feature in the squad, which is still a good boost for us. So the squad won't change too much from recent weeks. We'll obviously patch everybody up and see how they are after tomorrow's game, and then pick a squad for Monday. But full focus has to be on this game. Real tough opposition, and we've got to make sure we find our consistency to our game. We've performed at a high level from Rochdale onwards, and we want to try and stay there.
Our form in recent weeks has spiked a few conversations in the external media surrounding the title race, and maybe is it still on, is it over, kind of thing. But maybe if you were to put pressure on one team in this title race, it can't certainly be with us, can it?
No, definitely not. I think all we're looking to do in the last 4 games is find this momentum that we found and keep taking it from game to game. It's easier said than done in the National League because each week you come up against real tricky opposition, and tomorrow's no different. So Gateshead away is a tough place to go. We've got to keep performing how we're performing, overcome the different challenges that we face in these games, and just try and get as many points on the board. I think Barnet will find the points. There's no question about that. All we can do is just try and find some momentum heading into the playoffs.
In terms of tomorrow then, Gateshead, what would you say about their style of play, and what do you know about them?
Play possession based, try and create overloads in the middle of the pitch. So they're a good side that do it well. They've been up in the National League now, and competing at the top end for a good few years. So their style and their DNA as a club seems to work for them. No matter when the manager changes, the style and the philosophy doesn't seem to change too much, and it served them well. So we know that it's going to be a tough game. There's going to be times throughout the game that they're going to have lots of the ball, and we've got to be patient and know that we're the away team, and defend our shape well. There's lots of aspects of the game, but I really respect the opposition that we're coming up against and how they do things.
Gateshead have clawed their way back into form in recent weeks after a bit of a bad run prior to that. It looks to be, for the neutral maybe going tomorrow, to be a great setup between two really top teams. Yeah,
I think so. If either of us can provide anywhere near our best, then we'll both be looking to do that. They'll be looking to find some momentum into the playoffs like we are. It's got all the makings of a real top game. We're hoping we come out on top, but that's easier said than done. Just because we've been playing well of late, it's difficult to keep doing it week in, week out, and that's our challenge. And we want to enter in the right frame of mind, but we've got real respect for our opponents as well. So we know we're going to have to be at our best, and that's our challenge.
They're in the playoffs at the minute, 6 points clear, I believe it is as well. Assume they get that wrapped up pretty quickly. Similar to us, if we finish in the playoffs, they'll be looking to head into that campaign, on really red hot form and looking to make a statement.
Definitely, I think it's generally the team that heads into the playoffs with that momentum that does well in them. So both ourselves and Gateshead will be looking to find some momentum heading into the game. It was a real close affair here. We come out on top by the odd goal, but could have gone either way. And I've got real respect for them. We're focused on ourselves, and we want to be the ones heading in with the momentum. And like I say, we set a real high bar of late, and we want to try and keep it there.
Like I said, this Easter weekend we face Gateshead tomorrow and then Oldham on Monday. Should we finish in the playoffs, there's a high chance that we could be facing one of those teams again, before the end of the season. How many mental notes do you think you'll make in these next two games, just in case that does happen?
I don't look at it too much like that. I think whether we're playing Aldershot, Woking, who aren't going to be in the playoffs, or Rochdale, Oldham, Gateshead, that might be. I don't think our approach will change too much. And I don't think I have too much bearing when it comes to the playoffs. I think there's a whole heap of things. It's the team that can deal with the sort of pressure of that one-off game. We won't look too much into it. We never do. Focus on the here and now and focus on ourselves and what we can control. And we've got respect for our opponents. Every opponent in this league we have respect for, and even more so for these teams that are doing so well.
Finally, I'm not sure where the time has gone this season, but there is just 4 games left in the regular season. It's a simple question, but just how enjoyable has this season been to you?
It's been a real mixture of enjoyment and stress, and it's been so many ups, so many downs throughout it still. But in the main, I think you do it to be competing at the top end of the table and to have big crowds, and we've got that, and we've played some good stuff at times. So enjoyed large parts of it, but still loads for myself as an individual and us as a team to improve on, and we want to focus on that. Always try to focus on ourselves, what we control, and there's lots for us to still improve on, and lots of in-house goals and targets that we can still try to get to. So I think it's been a real mixed bag really. Quite stressful, but enjoyed large parts of it as well. So it's gone so quick, and just really grateful for everyone that's come and supported us throughout the season. All the volunteers that give up their time, everyone behind the scenes that puts in hard work for the club to make it function, because ultimately without them we wouldn't have the club that we have.
Thanks for your time, Adam.
Cheers, thanks.